Now, good morning, you guys. We're going to go ahead and switch gears for this Tactical Thursday. You're probably wondering why I'm sitting up in a tree stand right now. Well, that's what I've been sitting here and my dad and I have been doing for the last roughly hour. That maybe do hunt bear, anything, you're a hunter in general, then you know that adrenaline rush that you get when you're out hunting. So today's goal, stay tuned with us because we're going to go ahead and show you guys what it's like and how to set up a bear bait for maybe those that are learning or less experienced and you want to know what it takes to set the bear bait up in its full entirety, from ground level all the way to getting the bait set out to even the trail cam to document the animals that are coming into your bait. So stay tuned, and I look forward to you guys enjoying this week's episode of Tactical Thursday.
Snaking through the Amazon jungle here. You know, sometimes pain is the only gain. All to get a wild boogie bear out of the North Idaho woods.
There you go, take the whacking stick. Dad hasn't figured out here visiting yet is you just tell him that you want to make a YouTube channel, and then you can sit up here and video while he does all the work. I mean, really, if you're shooting up through that way, this one might be the only one that... can you go any higher?
Whatever suits my hunter.
So in all this too, while you're watching us here and we're going through and we're cutting out some of these limbs, some of you may ask, why are you trying to get such open shooting lanes or anything like that? Because maybe you think we're using rifle or something of that nature, some type of firearm. Well, in this case, what we're going to do this year is we're going to be bow hunting. So any minor little sticks or anything like that can actually deflect the arrow as it travels on its path to its destination. So anything in between, you want to try to avoid to have limbs, branches, trees, weeds, anything that you can, because the last thing you want is to have that arrow deflect and then you make a bad shot on an animal and ultimately you don't end up finding it, or you wound it and then it ends up suffering. So you want to try to make sure you can make the most accurate shot that you can, and by doing so you want a clear shot and a clear path for that arrow to travel. So you can kind of see right here is a basic example. Dad, human size, sitting at the area where the bait is. We're sitting at about 20 to 25 yard shot, kind of funneling them right into that corner there. Hopefully get a good broadside shot on the bear while he's eating or happen to be sitting there. All right, so you guys, this is where we have the setup on the trail camera here. It's the Cuddyback IR Plus, so it shoots daytime, nighttime, and you can see we're gonna have it set up here, and the bait's about 20 feet behind us here. And we're going to get on some tests here, do a quick couple tests and make sure it's shooting correct, so that way when we go out and the bear comes in and we're not here, hopefully it'll be documenting everything to the fullest for us. Basically what we use is bear bait. It's kind of a cheaper route, but yet at the same time effective. We got a 41-pound bag of dog food. You probably saw it in some of the video as we carried it up the hill here. And basically all we're doing is we're going to mix that. If you have leftover scraps, anything at your house where you have food that's left over, no one eats it, kids don't eat it, and you think to throw it to the trash, go ahead and just throw it in a bin, some type of thing, freeze it, save it for the upcoming bear season. What we're using to mix in with the dog food to kind of give it that potent smell to distribute it out through the mountains is just from one of your local restaurants. In my case here,
One of my good buddies owns a pizza factory in Wallace. So we went down, asked him, hey, can we get a bucket of grease from the bacon that they use while they cook? No problem, he says. Basically, all we're doing is packing that up. Gonna mix it right in with the dog food.
9 times out of 10 before we're done with this, my son will have this crap all over me. And I'll be smelling worse than the bear bait.
That is true. Last year we had that same thing happen, and I flicked the most smelly stuff, which you'll see coming up here, all over him.
Well, grease is a real good bait material because then the bears will step in it, and as they walk back up the runs, it spreads that scent throughout the woods everywhere. And the bears will pick up on that, and they'll follow that trail right into the bait.
One thing you want to consider too whenever you're putting the smell out, think about what way heat travels as far as whether it be hot or cold. Typically during your daytime in the morning when stuff's heating up throughout the day, heat's going to rise, okay? With that being said, what that'll do is whenever your bait, you have it higher up on your trees, even here, it's going to carry that scent up the valley, up towards where typically the bears are going to be sleeping and staying. All right, so I mentioned it as we were getting the bear bait out there. There's some other things that we use to put on limbs, smear on trees, anything where you can possibly get some scent. And basically what these are, it's a trap and lure type product. You can get it from, in my case, we got it from Big Black Sheep in Coeur d'Alene. Typically it's usually like raw meat or something of that extent from something that they've used to get a really, really, really potent smell. But that's one of our go-tos in order to get that smell produced up through the valleys. So you can see I went ahead and got a few logs. Well, Dad grabbed them, brought them up here, and I kind of lined them up. Basically what I'm doing is I'm making a V for the best avenue for the bear to come into the bait at. I want to set him up basically so he doesn't come over the back, anywhere from the side where I can't get a good shot on him. Ultimately, if he comes in here, he starts eating like this, then I'm setting him up for a broadside shot. So obviously bear, typically they're going to take the avenue of least approach, or the easiest route in, so that opening right here can kind of funnel them into where the bear bait is. Well, thank you guys for those of you that are tuning along. We went ahead, we got the bear bait set. We're working on our way out now, cutting down the mountain. With that being said, thank you guys. I know if you watched along and you tuned in for the whole video, you saw there, comment, let us know what you guys use for bear bait. If you like the video, whatever it needs to be. I love talking with you guys. I love communicating, commenting back and forth. So please, if you would, and then if you haven't, subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more to come. There will be films of the hunts in general coming up, as well as some other tactical Thursday type related content in reference to shooting guns. We're going to have a vest that we're going to be shooting here soon, so you guys can see what it's like for like a second chance vest. So thank you guys again, and stay tuned and be ready again for Moto Monday as it's coming up here in the next 4 days. We should have some good content for you. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time on Tactical Thursday.
Moto is my motivation. So gas up for that rider's anthem. Running with the guy to get a first play, can't see me. Tripping now, I'm undefeated. Did your boy get first? Yeah, no, don't think so. Still ride KTM till I go. 24/7, we blowing that smoke. Cause my goons ride too